Cek, 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 cek. Satu, satu. Assalamualaikum Dr. Zul.
Waalaikumsalam Pak Zia.
Oh, dengar ya.
Ya,
Oke.
dengar. Jelas.
Oke. Iya.
Oke, baik.
Oke. Kita mungkin tunggu 5 menit, gitu,
Sure,
Dr.
sure,
Zul.
boleh. Ya,
Oke.
boleh.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Zul.
Waalaikumsalam, Pak Zia.
Yeah. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes. Can you see my slide?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Can we now?
Sorry?
Can we start now?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Let me open this class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Today we have good lecturer from UPM. He will teach you about the value proposition canvas. It's like I told you previously, and that's okay. We can Dr. Zul, you can using bahasa, that's okay, that's fine, or Malaysian, it's okay,
Mix, eh?
because yeah, that's okay, that's fine, because I thought all of them cannot speak English clearly.
Ah.
Okay, time is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everybody. So I think this is the first time you guys see me. Okay, so my name is Dr. Muhammad Zulfazli Muhammad Sabri. You can call me Dr. Zul. Okay, so I'm from the Department of Bioprocess Technology, Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Sciences, University Fithron, Malaysia. Pak Zia, are they the same class with Dr. Wan or not?
We only have the same one.
The same one with Dr. Wan. Okay, so I'm with Dr. Wan from the same faculty, but we are from the different department. So Dr. Wan is in from Department of Microbiology. I from Department of Bioprocess Technology. So before we go into our lecture, I would like to introduce a bit about myself. So you know my name. My name is Dr. Zulfazli. You can call me Dr. Zul. My educational background, my degree is in Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology Enterprise from the University of Manchester, UK. And then I continue my study in S3, PhD in Plant Sciences, also at the same university, University of Manchester, UK. So that makes me my field of expertise is in plant sciences, bioentrepreneurship, meaning that entrepreneurship you integrate with biology, so it become bioentrepreneurship, and then agri-biotech as well. So if you have any question, if you want to contact me, you can email me at zulfazli@upm.edu.my. Okay, before we go into our lecture, I would like to tell you a bit more about myself. I actually I love Indonesia so much. I actually have visited Indonesia 8 times for holiday, 8 times. I've been to Bandung, I've been to Jogja, Samosir, Padang, Lombok, and then 3 times in Bali. So I really love Indonesian foods, the nature, the people, the culture, everything. So I wish one day I can visit you all in Malang, because when I search in Google Maps, I see Malang is very near to Bromo Mount, because Bromo Mount, sunrise at Bromo Mount is actually one of my wish list when I travel. So hopefully I can go to visit you soon. All right. So in addition to
Dr. Zul, I'm so sorry because everyone here can hear clearly with using English. So it's better you can bahasa or how to say that's Malaysian. I just
oh
seem that's okay. That's similar, I think. Yeah, because
uh,
everyone.
because what?
Okay, they wanna asking to you to speak Malaysian. Because they can understand you as well, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. How about the slide? Can I speak English for the slide? I mean for the
Yes,
for the
that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
That's okay, yeah. Alright. Selain daripada Indonesia, I actually melancong travel a lot to other countries as well. I think saya sudah pergi lebih dari 35 negara, tapi Indonesia masih antara negara favoritnya, And then bila Dr. Wan telefon saya and then tanya sama ada saya mau terlibat sama dalam collaboration with Universitas Wijaya, I straightly say yes, because sebab saya memang suka Indonesia, and why not we collaborate together. Alright, okay, so let's go into our class today, which is on value proposition canvas. I've been told that you have learned, Pak Zia, dari sini saya cakap English boleh kan?
Nggak apa-apa, tidak apa-apa.
Tak apa-apa ya. Alright.
Bisa both of them, it's okay, that's fine. Really.
Okay. I've been told that you have learned business model canvas before. All right. So if you have for this one, I will make a quick revision, a bit of quick revision for business model canvas, because what I'm gonna teach today on value proposition is actually a part of the business model canvas. Okay, so you need to somehow remember what business model canvas is. So these are two books that I use for the references. The first book on the left is the business model generation, and then on the right is a value proposition design. Okay, and then this is a quick revision. Business model canvas, you understand that business model canvas is used to create and analyze business model. And for business model canvas, you have 9 building blocks. Remember, you have 9 blocks there. Okay, so those blocks you must go. So this is the business model canvas. So business model canvas, you don't go from left to right or right to left. It's actually there's a certain particular order or sequence that you need to follow. For example, for business model canvas, you always start with number 1 here, value proposition. Okay, after you fill in the value proposition box, you go to customer segment, and then channels, customer relationship, and then you go to number 6, key activities, key resources, key partners, and then cost structure at the end. Oh, I forgot number 5. So the sequence is 1, value proposition, number 2 is customer segment, number 3 is channel, number 4 is customer relationship, number 5 is revenue stream. Okay, you settle that side, and then you go to the other side, which is key activities, key resources, number 7, number 8 is key partners, and number 9 is cost structure. Okay, so like I said just now, I'm not going to go in detail one by one, because this is just a quick revision of what you have learned before. Okay. So the first building blocks, the first components of business model canvas is the customer segment on the right, where you identify the different groups of people or organization that a company aims to serve. All right, so that's on the right. I think everybody knows this is just a quick revision. And then followed by you have a value proposition. This is the value proposition here that describes the unique value, how that a company offers to the customer. It's about your unique selling point of your business. All right, so that is the value proposition. Followed by here you have channels that link between your value proposition to your customer. So basically the channel describe how a company delivers its value proposition to the customers, and then it's often involve distribution channels, sales channels, and communication channels. All right, and then after you completed this number 3 here, you have number 4, which is customer relationship. So the customer relationship explores the type of relationship a company established with each customer segment. So what kind of relationship you want to have with your customer? For example, it can be personalized service, it can be automated service, it can be you offering them some discount, for example, buy one get one free. Okay, so that's the example of a customer relationship. And then all of this actually generates profit to you. So number 5 here, you have the revenue streams, which identifies how a company generates income from each customer segment. And then it often involves pricing mechanism. How do you set up the price strategy and your revenue sources? Okay, so we settle that part. Now we go to other part, which is this is the key activities here, which lists the critical assets and resources required to deliver the value proposition, to reach your customer and to maintain your operation. And then on top of the key resources, you have the key partners, you have the key activities, which describe the essential tasks and processes that a company must perform to deliver its value proposition and achieve success. So the common thing, key activities that each company must perform is usually marketing plan, you have financial strategies, you must production, R&D, research and development. Those are common activities in a company that involve in selling anything related to science or non-science. All right. And then after you have your key key resources and key activities, you have a partnership here, because businesses, companies cannot work alone. Okay, because you need to identify the external organization outside of the company. For example, the suppliers or partners that contribute to the success of a business model. And all of this, all four of these, all three of these is actually need cost. So below here you have a cost structure that outlines all the costs associated with operating the businesses, including fixed and variable costs. Okay, so when you have this kind of all of this illustration together, you have this cash. So this cash is actually the one that makes the business model canvas. So you can hear you have all 9 boxes, nice little boxes of every components that were arranged into one box that usually you illustrate in one page only. So I'm not sure whether you realize it or not, or you have been told or not, but actually business model canvas can be divided into 2 sides. It's clearly on the right side. Okay, on the right side, you can see the green colors. They are value side. Okay, they are components that give you money, give your revenue and profit. Okay, on the right side. And then on the left side, which is the yellow side, is actually something that related to your cost. So we call it cost side, because the key resources, which is your assets, the key activities, and also collaboration or networking with your partner, they all require cost. So you have a cost side on the left and value side on the right. Okay, so that's pretty much all about business model canvas that a quick revision for you. Okay. Here, this is the template for business model canvas. If you see my slide before, you can see that every component have a question. Okay, there. So in case one day you will need to build or you need to create your own business model canvas, so this is actually the guide where I put the questions in every component, so that easy for you to answer and help you understand what to write in each box. Okay, so this is the template. I'm gonna share this slide with Pak Zia after the lecture. So hopefully you all of you can download and keep this for you as a reference, or for you to do your revision in the future. Okay, so this is a quick example of business model canvas prepared by my students. So they create a company called Ultra Spiral, which sell a snack bar, okay, which is the breakfast snack. So they call it Cyano Crunch. The brand is Cyano Crunch. So basically, they produce a snack bar containing superfood spirulina. Not sure if you heard of spirulina or not. Spirulina is actually an algae that live in the seawater or in the water. So they use that one to incorporate spirulina into a cereal bar. Okay, so I'm not gonna go in details what inside here. So this is basically how the business model canvas should look like after you make one. All right, so we get back to the business model canvas. You see business model canvas has actually 9 boxes. Okay, but our class today is gonna focus on value proposition canvas. So value proposition canvas is actually a small derivative of business model canvas. For example, not example. So we're gonna focus on the value proposition here and also a customer segment. Okay, so value proposition canvas is not similar to business model canvas. They are different. They are, if business model canvas basically show you the overall overview of a business, value proposition canvas will focus on how do you create value, okay, how to make something useful and can benefit the customer. So that is a value proposition canvas. So now let's go to what does it means by value proposition. Okay, you may have no idea what is value proposition. So value proposition is actually it describes the products, your products, or it doesn't have to be products. If you sell service, if you make service, how your products or service can create value for customer acquisition, which means that how you create value, you create something something useful, something that can benefit, and your customers can use that benefit. Okay, that's the value proposition. So it emphasizes, it focuses on the benefit that customers can expect from your product or services. You can see here from your product or services, you want to deliver the benefit, the advantages to the customer. Okay. So basically, in all businesses, in all company, when you create company to do a business, all you want is you want the customer to love your product. Okay, so that's the main intention. Nobody wants to sell something that people don't like. Okay, you want people to love your product, but to do that is not easy. Okay, it's very difficult and challenging in order to fulfill what your customers want. So the one important thing for any products that you sell is the invention or innovation must create value. Okay, so there's no sense if you create something new but doesn't have value. For example, look at this segi empat tire. Okay, it's a rectangle square tire. Okay, this is an invention. This is invention, but nobody wants this one because how your car is going to move is a square tire, which means that this invention has no value, zero value. Okay, so have a look at another example, which is when this girl has an umbrella that has a plastic that cover the whole body. Okay, why is not? It has no value. It may have some value because it clearly can protect your body from getting wet because it's being covered by plastic from your head to your toes. All right. But however, the problem is when the rain is heavy and then you see all the rain, all the water droplets on the plastic, you cannot walk and see clearly. All right. And another major problem is this innovation is actually the folding problem, because after you use the umbrella, how are you gonna fold? How are you going to lipat the umbrella? Okay, to fold the umbrella. And then this is another useless invention where you have a sweatshirt. So this is sweat hard sweatshirt. Okay, basically it's the 2% sweatshirt. So how are you going to, I know it's lovely couple there, okay, but how are you going to move? You are supposed to move separately but not together. So what this slide says is there's no point if you create something invention or innovation that has no value. You want to create something useful for your customer. Okay, so that is the points of value. Okay, so what is the number one startup mistake? Startup mistakes. Sorry. So startup is actually a new company that you create or you form in order to involve in business. Okay, so basically that's mean what does it mean by startup? Is a new company, new businesses. What is the number one mistakes that the company do? It's actually they create or they build something that nobody wants. You can see on the right, there's a top 10 startup mistakes. What the common mistakes that the new companies make is number one, they build something that nobody wants. All right. So for value proposition canvas, you actually have two important maps. Okay, you have one, we call it a value map, which is something related to your products. Okay, and then you have customer profile that focuses on your customer segments. I hear some sort of hello.
Yeah, hello.
I actually hear my voice back.
Of course, we concentrate full all of you about you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But
And
I
then,
guess you want to change with bahasa? No, that's enough. Okay, good.
huh?
No, I mean, I'm not sure they can understand what spoke, and because something little, because here is little bit we are not using English,
Oh,
so I'm not sure everyone here can understand. Is it okay, or you want to change? Change, really? Okay. If if could, this will be better. You can speak Malaysia.
Pak Zia, can I know whether Dr. Wans teach them in English or in Bahasa?
Actually, they only can listen, but I'm not sure they can understand properly what you spoke about the material. But it's okay. But for me, I can understand totally.
Alright.
But I'm not sure for students here.
So actually, the issues is I learned this in English, so I don't know the terms in Bahasa. Yeah.
It's better you can Malaysia. That's okay
Then
because Dr. Previously she used Malaysia.
I
Mm.
see.
Mm.
Actually, Pak Zia, I don't know this one in Bahasa, so that's why I teach in English.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's okay. That's okay. That's
It's
okay.
okay?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll continue here. Okay. So with the value map, it's the sets of value proposition benefits that designed to attract customers, and then on the customer's profile, you have the set of customers characteristic that you assume, observe, and verify in the market. Okay. From here, let's focus on each map. So here you can see value map and customer profile, and each value map and customer profile has their own canvas. Okay, so on the left value map, you see they have three components. Number one is your product or services, and then you have gain creators, and also you have pain relievers here. I'm gonna explain one by one after this. All right. So just remember, you have product and services on the value map. You have pain relievers. You have gain creators, and then on the customer profile, you have the job of the customer, what the customer wants, and then you have the pains, you have the gains here. All right. So let's focus into each of these components. So number one is the value map. So you can see here, the value map on the left, you can see your product or services. So basically, it breaks down into for the value maps. It breaks down into product and services, gain creators, and also pain relievers. So on the left, you have the product or services is basically what you have, what the company offers, the product of the company. So you put, for example, you put one of your product on the products and services, and then the pain relievers describe how your products and services can reduce your customer problems. So what does it mean by pain? Pain are problems. Okay, they are painful. They are problems to your customer. And then gains on top Gains mean you get something. So the gain creator describe how your product and services create customer gains. And then on another side, which is the customer profile, you have here, which is the customer's job that describe what customers are trying to get done in their work and their life as expressed in their own words. And then when they do certain things that they want, they often have problems. That problem we call it as pains, which describe as bad outcomes, risks, or any obstacles that related to the customer's job. And then on top, you have again, which describe the outcomes of the customers want to achieve or the concrete benefits they are seeking. Okay, so combine both of these, you get the value proposition canvas. So let's start. I'll give you an example. Okay, I'm going to show you an example so that you can understand better. So let's start by choosing a customer segment. So what is the customer segment? Customer segment is your target customer. So they are the group of people or organization who share similar characteristics that you aim to reach and create value for them. Okay, so that is the customer segment. In other words, they are actually your target customer. Who is your customer? Okay, so the example I'm going to show you here is the customer segment taxi passengers in Malang City. Okay, yes, taxi passengers in Malang City. So this is the customer segment that I'm going to give an example for you. So what are the customer jobs? What the customer need to do when you want to get a taxi? So number one, you just list on the right. This is the common things that you need to do when you want to have a taxi, to ride a taxi. Number one, you call a taxi. Don't compare to Grab yet, because this is basically you are developing an apps like Gojek or Grab. Okay, so this is before that. So this is you want to call a taxi. So when you call a taxi, when the taxi arrive, you need to find a taxi. Okay, so that's the customer job. And then after you get in the taxi, you probably need to give direction. Where do you want to go if there is no GPS? So this is the traditional taxi, not the one with the technology and GPS and everything. And after that, you need to pay. So these are calling taxi, find taxi, and give direction, and pay are actually the customer's job. So what the customer pains? So pains is what annoys the customer before, during, and after getting the job done. So what are the common problems when you call a taxi? Okay, number one, you may need to wait a long time before the taxi arrives. So there's a problem. And then if you call a taxi, or maybe you just say like that taxi, and then you may need to compete with other customer. You don't want that. You want that taxi all to yourself. All right, so taxi may overcharge you. It may expensive. So it can be expensive. So there is another problem. And then it can be unsafe driver. Okay, not every driver can be trusted. So there could be a risk of unsafe driver. So these are the customer pains, customer problem. So what do you want? What the customers want? So we bring you to the customers gain, which is the what outcomes and benefit the customers want. So customers want, if you need to wait for a long time, you want them to arrive on time. You don't want them to be late. You want them to arrive early. All right. So if the taxi is expensive, customer is hoping for a fair price, cheap price, not that cheap, fair price. Okay. And then you want easy payment, not necessarily by cash only, and you also want a professional driver. Okay, that don't drive too fast or unsafe driver. So you can see overall on the right, you have the customer jobs, you have the customer pains below, and the customer gains on top. So we don't stop there. After you list all of that jobs, you list all the pains, the problems, and all the things that you want. You need to rank them. Okay, you need to give priority. Which one is more important? Which one is extremely important to have, or which one, and then at the bottom, which is just nice to have but doesn't have, is not that important. Okay, so you must rank and them in order, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, according to what is the most important. And then, okay, so this is example after we rank them. Okay, this is just example. So probably the main problem is wait for a long time. That is number 1 problem. So after we rank, we still want them to arrive on time. So easy payment, for example, what the customers want, but that is the least important usually, because you may have a cash to pay them. So, but what annoys taxi passengers the most is when they have to wait for a long time. So this is by ranking. So basically this summarizes what I tell you step by steps, where number 1, you select the customer segments. Number 2, you identify what the jobs that need to be done by the customers. And then you identify the customer pains, customer gains, and then you rank the job. Okay, you rank jobs, pain, and gains according to the priority. Okay, so this is the summary of that. And then let's have a look at another canvas, which is the things just now is the customer profile. So now we are moving into the value map. You remember value map, you have products on the left, you have pain relievers on the bottom, and you have gain creators on the top. So give example, the businesses that you're going to do here is the taxi smartphone app. Okay, because remember your customer segment is the taxi passengers in Malang City. Okay, so you want to create a taxi smartphone apps that solve all the problems by the people who used to ride taxi in Malang City. So let's have a look. Let's have a look on the pain relievers, which means how exactly your products and services can reduce or eliminate specific customer pains, which in other words, it means that how are you going to solve your customer's problem? Okay, so you are by using your taxi smartphone apps, okay, you are offering no cash. Okay, no cash. You can use credit card, online transfer, banking, online banking, okay, or QR code to pay. So they don't have to bring cash, which means more secure and more safe for them. All right. And then you are offering the customers instant booking. After they click on the apps, they get the ride in, for example, the taxi comes in less than 5 minutes. That's instant booking. And then you have an assigned driver, which means by using the apps, you know exactly who is the driver, the car plates and everything, just like the Gojek and Grab nowadays. And then they have a cost system, which means that if you want to go from A to B, the apps will tell you, okay, this is gonna cost you 30,000 rupiah, 30,000 rupiah. Okay, for example. So this is the things that you offer through your taxi smartphone apps to solve your customer's problem. And then on top is the gain creators. By offering those solutions to your customers, okay, how your products and services can create customer gains, what they can get, what is the benefit and advantages that they can get from the things that you offer below. So what the customers can get is they can save time. Okay, they get the professional drivers, okay, because they know who are their customers, and then maybe before they know who are their drivers, because maybe if before the driver can be selected through this app, they may need to send their driver license and everything. So you have a professional drivers there. And then so the customers also, what else you can offer them is the visual map. So they can see through GPS where they're currently on the road. And then rating system, after you use their service, you want to rate whether they are 2 stars or 5 stars if they are good, you know. So this is the gain creators on how do you create customer gains, additional benefits to the customers. Okay. All right. And then similarly to the customer's profile, after you have listed and after you identified everything in the segments, you need to arrange them. You need to sort, you need to rank them according to what is the most essential, what is the most important, and then to least important, which is just nice to have. It doesn't have to be there, but if the apps can offer this, it will be nice and customers will be happy. Okay, so you rank them. So what's gonna happen next is after the ranking, so this is probably the after the ranking. So for the taxi smartphone app, probably the most important pain relievers is instant booking. You want to get the taxi as soon as possible, and then because of that you can save time. So that's why the save time is on top of the gain creators. Okay, compared to visual map. Okay, not many passengers would like to know where are they now. Okay, are you checking the map all the time when you go, when you ride Gojek or you ride Grab? All right, so so they are just nice to have. It's not the most important. So the most important is number one, save time, and also professional driver. Okay, so now you have both everything identified in each of the segments on the value map on the left, and also on the customer's profile on the right. Okay, I'm not sure whether you notice or not, or you remember, you can recognize or not. So this pin reliever is actually looking to the pin. This gate, this pain reliever, the pink one, is actually opposite to the customer's gain, customer's pain. So, and then similarly to the gain creators there, they are opposite to the customer's gain. So there must be some points, this must be some reason why this map and this canvas is constructed and is drawn like that. Okay, so that is because, so this is actually summary. I just skip this. So this is actually the summary of the value map. I just gonna skip this one because I think I explained it before about how to map those things. So this is because you need to link them. Whether what you are offering is consistent to what your customers want. For example, here you can say you save time, and then here arrive on time. Yes, correct. You take it, all right. And then you have a professional driver, and then the customers also ask for a professional driver, and then cool. Okay, and then you have a rating system. Rating system is actually related to the professional driver, because you can rate them from 1 to 5, for example, 1 star to 5 star, for example. But you can see the customers here, okay, example, the customers here are not looking for a visual map. So why are you offering visual map? Are you going to remove that from your function because nobody asked for that, or do you want to keep that as an additional benefit of using your apps? All right, but you can still see here there are two problems that two problems that you don't solve, which is the fair price and also easy payment. So somehow when you figure this out, okay, you may want to go back to your business strategy and maybe consider to add about offering them a few methods of payment. For example, you can pay by cash, or you can pay by card. Okay, so that could solve the easy payment. And the fair price, because you don't offer, so probably one day you want to offer a meter tracking so that they know exactly how many kilometers they go and then how much they need to pay. So you go back to the plan and then replan again. Okay, so this is basically the function of value proposition canvas. You don't want to create products that nobody wants. You want to create products that the customers want. However, that being said, it's often very difficult to get a perfect one, because you cannot fulfill every customer's demands, so you need to weigh again how much capital you have, how much money you have to develop your business in order to offer solutions to the customers. So in the next slides, after you have the value map and the customer's profile, you go out and then you test your customer assumption, whether what you have designed there is right or wrong. Because sometimes when you think of the value proposition canvas, you don't see from the customer perspective, okay? Because you need to look at the customer point of view. You need to put yourself in their shoes, okay? So how to do that basically is, after you have done with the value proposition canvas, you go out and then bring up some question and survey and ask taxi passengers, is this right? Is this what they want? Okay, is there anything else that they want? Just if you have this app, is this going to solve their problems? You need to go out and test your customer assumptions, whether what you think on a canvas is right or wrong. Okay, if it's wrong, you probably need to plan again and again and again until you get the right one. So yeah, this is what the slide says. So you need to adjust and redesign the value proposition canvas until you get one that can match what your company can offer and then what the customers want. Okay, it must tally. Okay, because there's no point create something that nobody wants. Okay. All right, and then when you have the value map and the customer's profile, after a few replans, many plans, you may have the one that is perfectly fit. However, the fit between value map and customer is very hard to find and maintain, because customer has a lot of demands. All right, and then you may have limited technology, or you may have limited money. Money is often something problem for everybody, not only for us as human. Okay, it's also a problem for businesses. So sometimes you want to go for a higher technology, but your capital, you don't have much money to achieve that. All right, so for these purposes, it's okay. Just go with what you plan first, after you do this value proposition canvas and try your market, and then from the customers feedback, you can slowly improve your products. Okay. So this is basically an ad-lib and a value proposition template, so that you have one tagline, the whole thing put in the words. So you can see every segments that we have in the value proposition canvas, which is the products, pain relievers, gain creators, customers job, customer pain, and customer gains. They are all listed here in blue. Okay, so if you can fill in this nicely, that means that you have one product ready to sell. So give you an example, our taxi smartphone app, okay, because what is your product there? And then what you can help taxi passengers, that is your customer segment, who wants to book a taxi. That's what they need to do by minimizing or reducing waiting time for taxi. So you solve one problem, and enjoying affordable price, meaning that something that they gain. Okay, unlike who? Unlike your competitors. Okay, your competitors out there. Unlike typical taxi services by phone. So in one sentence, you can get, our taxi smartphone apps help taxi passengers who want to book a taxi by minimizing waiting time for a taxi and enjoying affordable prices, unlike typical taxi services by phone. All right, so that's overall of that. And then, so this is the I put everything in one page because you can see on top here is the business model canvas that you learned before. So today we learn about value proposition canvas, which is comprises of value map and customers profile. And actually they are the zoom in, zoom out. If they zoom in, if you go deeper into the value proposition and the customer segments, you're gonna see this value proposition canvas. Okay, which is the value map and the customer profile. They are very much related to the business model canvas that you have learned. Okay, and then actually we have 10 more minutes. I'm going to open for Q&A. So I'm just going to tell you in conclusion. So here is the illustration of, on the left, you have the illustration of business, is illustration of the value map, which is, this is your product. And then you are repairing your products, okay? And then you are improving your products through offering, to offer more solutions to the customer, to offer more benefit to the customer. And then on the right, on this round platform there, you can see that is the customer segments, and then what they need to do, what they want, what are their problems. And then if you on the left here can offer something that is unique and can solve their problems, you can see that the customers will apparently will come to you and use your product, buy your products, use your products. All right. Actually, I'm sorry because I speak in English. Okay, I teach in English because I learned this, all of this in English. I actually can speak bahasa in normal days, but when I learn something in English, it's very hard for me to translate in my mind into bahasa. You know, it's very difficult to translate into bahasa unless so I'm sorry about that. I hopefully after this lecture, if you don't understand anything about my lecture, you can ask Pak Zia to translate and then explain in bahasa Indonesia to you. All right, but I'm still gonna ask, is there any question you want to ask me today?
That's okay, never mind, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay guys, any question? Ada pertanyaan?
Ada pertanyaan?
Ada pertanyaan? Ada pertanyaan?
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Faradisa,
Nadisa?
and I have a question.
Yes,
Customer segment.
yes,
In my real life, I have a small business about bracelets and accessories, and I have a offline shop and online shop. So
okay,
of my customer in from my offline shop, in from no, I don't have a customer from my online shop, and I really hope I will have a lot customer from the online shop. So
yeah.
my question is, how can I get online customer even I already create content in TikTok and Instagram, but it's still difficult to get it.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the questions. It's actually very nice of you because you have a business minded. Okay, so you have your own business and then you sell stuff online and offline. So to answer your questions, okay, it depends. It can be a several factors. Number one, whether you have done a market research or not. Have you go around and ask a few friends or non-friends, usually friends or non-friends, ask them whether your product is nice or not. Okay, is this something that they want or they have a market or not on that? That's number one. Number two, I understand that you have created content through your social media, all right, but it depends on how are you going to reach your target customers, whether your friends wants to buy that or not. Okay, so maybe I would imagine, I would say maybe you can, for example, enroll. There's a free online course by Google. After you complete it, you're gonna get a certificate. if you Google digital marketing on Google, okay, Google course, you can register for free, and they have like 13 to 14 classes, okay, only online. Okay, you just need to read and see videos and everything, and then through that they will teach you on digital marketing strategy. Okay, how are you supposed to, how can you improve your content wise? Okay, and then probably if you have a bit more money, you can go for paid advertisement. Okay, I think in Malaysia it's 15 ringgit one day, okay, through Facebook or Instagram. So if you pay like 15 ringgit per day, your content will be boosted and promoted to a lot more audience. Okay, I hope I answer your questions. Remember, if you want to learn free digital marketing, you can just Google digital marketing Google, and the course is free, and then you can get a certificate by Google at the end of your completion. After you complete everything, you're gonna get one certificate, and you can use that certificate for your CV or resume, okay, to get a job later on after you graduate. Thank you. Hopefully it answer your questions.
Yeah, she understood it, I think. Yeah. Any
Yeah.
question again? No? Okay. Glad. Okay. Okay, guys, any questions? Free. Free trial.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Zul. I'm sorry.
Salam, Dr. Azizah, yeah.
I'm sorry I'm late.
That's okay. No worries.
Yeah, because my friend have a dissertation thesis, doctoral
Oh.
thesis examination, so I have to attend.
Understand?
Yeah, but I really hope to join actually. Yeah.
Okay. You can join again later.
Allah, inshallah. Yeah. Thank you. I hope I can still learn a lot from you. Because
Okay, we have one.
we can learn from each
We have
other.
one.
I
The
will
handsome
ask
one.
Pia to share your recording yeah, later.
Yeah, I will also send my slide to Pak Zia and to Pak Zia later.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Yes,
Dr.
most welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your insightful presentations.
Thank
My
you.
name is Muhammad Hani, and
Muhammad?
I just want you about, is there any limit for this approach? Because what I understand from your presentations, the main focus of this model is the customer. But what I understand, if we want to give the value, sometimes it comes from the producers, because the producer have like assumptions on their customers. And so would you mind to elaborate
Yes.
about the limit, or to discuss the idea that I have discussed with you? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the questions. I will answer the second part first, because you say this canvas focus on the customers, but you think that some people think that the value comes from the producers. That's correct. Producers is the one that produce the value. But the issue is the producer or the seller must produce a value that a customer wants. Okay, there's no point sellers produce value that customers don't want. So that is why in my early slide, you can see the number one mistakes of the company or business is create or build something that nobody wants. All right. So instead of the producer assume and have assumptions, they should produce, for example, a market survey or survey or questionnaires, because nowadays you can create surveys easily, right? Through Google Form, through Microsoft Forms, all right? That's easy because you can distribute it online. For example, you distribute to hundreds respondents, and then you get the answers of what they want. Okay, so you don't want to create value that people don't want. You want to create value that somebody will buy. Set the first part of the question. The second part of the question. So the first part of the question you ask if there are any limitation. Yes, there's a limitation because this value proposition canvas is ideal for one product only. For example, if your company or your business sell a few products and then have a few target customer, not the same one, okay? You need to have a different canvas, a few canvas. You cannot combine everything into one canvas. It doesn't work like that. So that's the limitation of the canvas. Thanks for the questions. I forgot to mention that. Really good.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Zul. Okay, any question? Anyone? Sudah paham semua?
Hopefully.
Value proposition itu yang paling penting. Itu yang paling penting, number one. Nah, karena apa? Ini yang akan membuat suatu produk bisnis saudara si customer untuk rebuying lagi, membeli produk lagi gitu. Jadi orang kalau udah nyaman itu ketagihan. Nah ini. Any questions? Ya karena customer itu menerima manfaatnya dari suatu produk kalian gitu. Any question? No one? No? Okay, Dr. Zul, it will be better if you have asking to maybe a little bit, maybe to make proactive the audience, the students.
Azizah, can I ask a question?
Oh my goodness, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Because, my question is, this just come across in my mind, Dr. Zul, what is the difference between value proposition for a mass product with customized product? Is there any difference
between what?
between mass products
Mass product and customized products.
and customized products?
Okay, there are differences because so the differences is not in the value map or the customer segments. So the differences usually in the business model canvas, you have a customer relationship, right? So there are many types of customer relationship. If a mass products, you need to tackle it differently compared to customized product, because mass products you are targeting a lot more huge customers. All right. So you cannot go into personalized approach. You need to go for self-service or automated service. But compared to customized products, you have a smaller customer. So you can go for the personalized customer relationship. So there's a difference between customized products and also mass produced products.
Ininya kayaknya Bu Hanum nih. Oke, ya sedikit terganggu ya. Tapi I got it. So the customer relationship is maybe we should focus on the customer relationship.
Yes, if you are comparing between mass products and and customers product, you need to somehow tackle the customer relationship, because they are clearly a different types of customer relationship for different types of products.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Zul.
Yes, welcome, Dr. Azizah. Okay.
Okay, that's interesting, I think. No one again? No one? Yeah. No one question again. I think it, and also the time is over because you have another class, I think.
Right, betul.
That's okay, Dr. Zul. We'll meet again next week.
Yeah.
And so let me try on my best time to make a schedule properly, because let me try, and there's not something disturbing on this schedule, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
thank you very much, everybody. Pak Zia.
on. Hey guys, up your hand.
Have a nice weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye bye. Take a screenshot. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Welcome. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much. See you next week, Dr. Zul.
Ya. Makasih Pak Zia. Saya pamit dulu.
Mungkin Bu Azizah. Hati-hati, Bu.
Ya. Terus.
Assalamualaikum.